Okay, let's have it. This is the real truth about the 2017 NBA MVP, the real deal. You know what I mean? Everybody's saying because Westbrook got the triple-double, and it's amazing, no way he shouldn't get it. I mean, it is amazing. But it wasn't amazing when Oscar Robertson did it. So why should Russell Westbrook different? What makes him any different? In the same year Oscar Robertson did it, Chamberlain had better stats. He averaged a lot of points per game and rebounds. And nobody made a big deal. It went to somebody else. So I would guess that that's what they're going to do anyway. To take nothing away from Westbrook is crazy. I mean, he did great. He's entertaining. I enjoy every game. He's never been my personal favorite, because his assist-to-turnover ratio. And that's another reason why he shouldn't get it, because of that. You know, you're getting a lot of assists primarily because you're in the game the whole time. I mean, which is good, too, in another debate, you know what I mean? Because, you know, if I was on that same court, or you and me, or a lot of people, we wouldn't last but maybe a minute out there. I played semi-pro a while back, and I only lasted 15 minutes. My whole jersey was sweat and done, and that was semi-pro. We lost the game 150 to 100. So the NBA is tough. And Westbrook's doing what he do at 100 miles an hour, just, you know what I mean? But I was also taught as a kid that the ball moves faster up the court by passing it. He's got the ball in his hands like all day, every second, you know, so shouldn't be that hard to get a triple-double. I mean, my favorite player of all time was Magic Johnson. And he had close to those stats. If he didn't get the stats to average for a triple-double, it's like he could have. You know, why didn't he? He was too busy probably in the locker room with a cheerleader or two by the fourth quarter. It was like when they won games, they would win by 20 or 30. The game was over by a third quarter. Then when the playoffs came, you know, that's another thing. Magic should have got MVP. You know, he had a great record in the season, and he should have been resting because they would be up a lot of games in their conference to where he really shouldn't have had to play for the past 3 weeks. I mean, that's another debate why the players are resting these days and all that stuff. But it's like MVP, you know, Magic didn't get it a lot, and he had a lot of triple-doubles back then. He didn't get the record or the average. So, you know, somebody else got the MVP. So the MVP is basically based on who has the better record. You know, Magic did have a better record, but he got jerked a lot of times, or, you know, they would give it to somebody else. So that happens. You could be MVP nominated, or everybody thinks you're going to get MVP and then you get jerked. I mean, that's what the MVP is about too. I mean, scoring titles. I mean, David Robertson scored like about 60 or 70 in one game to pass the other leading scorer just so he could win the MVP. But then it's not about scoring. I mean, have you guys ever heard of Alex English, Adrian Dantley, Mark Aguirre? All great scorers. Got just as many points or more total career than Allen Iverson, but they never have no type of highlights of them. I mean, Elgin Hayes, I heard, was good back in the day. A center that could hit off the backboard. He had a lot of points. He don't get no highlights. Some players just don't get highlights. Then you got to think what makes all these players good today is their sports center. There's highlight reels. There's Shaq and the Fool. They didn't have that back then. And then think about the guys who got triple-doubles before triple-doubles was invented. You know, maybe a Bob Cousy got that because he had a lot of assists. Maybe, you know, I can't see him getting rebounds like Westbrook, though, you know. So he might not have got that. But it might have been somebody close to it or got it. They didn't keep stats. But regardless, Oscar Robertson did it like 3 times and never got an MVP. So it's like my MVPs, I mean, it's crazy. It should be a co-MVP. It should be Harding and Kawhi Leonard because they always got jerked for their MVPs. They didn't get it. You know, they did good for their teams. And, you know, it's like LeBron and Curry. Yeah, they always should be in the mention. But Curry to win a unanimous, that's bogus. Because there's always good players, and they should be close in the ratings for the MVP. But to just give it to Curry last year, he was on a stacked team. Yeah, he had a phenomenal year. He had a great year. His threes was clicking, you know, but can these guys, LeBron and Curry, do all these things on the Sixers? If they went to the Sixers right now by themselves, would they be able to be in the playoffs? If they went when it became midseason, would they be an 8th seed right now? That's the question you got to ask about. I mean, like people like Millsap, Isaiah Thomas, Lillard, they don't have all the talent on the team, and they're getting their teams to the playoffs. They're not even in the MVP mention. And look at Lillard. Lillard's doing the same thing Westbrook's doing this year. He lost a good player, and what's his name? The big man that's on the Spurs now. He lost him, Aldridge. He lost him, and his team's still making the playoffs. Where Westbrook lost Durant, and he's still making the playoffs. It's kind of the same thing. And except Lillard's a little shorter. So, I mean, nothing against Westbrook. You know, if he wins it, I won't be mad at him. You know, it'll be good. And he's getting congratulations for his triple-doubles. It's good. But his team's like in 6th place. So, you know, the MVP, my man Kawhi Leonard, Harding, or maybe even Isaiah Thomas, they got to do a tie. Well, what's going to happen, what should happen in the next year, the commissioner, you got to separate. Do like baseball. It's got to be a MVP in the West and the East, and that'll make everybody happy. All right. My name's Rob Gibson. This is it. MVP. The real deal. Check it out. MVP, I wish it was me, because I'll be downtown all day shooting for the 3. Swish, and I would never miss. Yo, I see that cheerleader on the sideline, I couldn't resist, cause it would just get me souped. Just a little hyper, just a little ready to kick in the next cipher. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all haters better kick it out.